Yo everyone, it's Taichi here with another Adventure Time episode discussion video, and this one's for BMO Lost. And I would say this episode was great. I really did enjoy it. I at least watched it about 3 times. And sorry this video is late. I had a really hectic work week, and my allergies are flaring up, so please bear with me on this. But yes, this episode, for a quick summary, is about Beimo as he finding his way back home after getting kidnapped by a giant bird, and on this journey, he befriends a bubble, and he finds a baby, which he reunites with its mother, like later during the episode, and pretty much, Beimo getting pretty much injured on this little trip too. He really starts, well, he or she, whichever way you want to put BMO as, pretty much goes through a lot of psychological stuff, you could say, and basically, after finding his way back home, him and the bubble, really expressed their relationship, their bond, over this trip, and pretty much that ends the whole episode. Well, even though that summary itself is simple, there's still a lot that was thrown in this, and some things I would like to point out. Well, I want to try to point this out in order if possible, but I liked how the fact that BMO just did the worm. He did, was it the worm? How yeah, he was doing that dance move, and the bird automatically, thought he was a worm and picked him up. That was pretty funny. And as he was trying to escape the bird's nest, the actual worm was like, hey, trying to warn him and tell him to, join him. And, that brings Beimo to, fall down and injure himself. In which, if you do pay attention to Beimo's, face, a lot of people probably notice that the cracks are in different areas, but I think that was mainly just because he had 3 cracks on his screen, but it's just where the light touches it on his face. I really did in this episode. I really did get more of the female the female attributes of Beimo, and that was pretty cool. I'm beginning to see Beimo more as taking on female characteristics other than male characteristics. Pretty much his, its interaction with the bubble kind of confirmed it, even though the bubble itself is genderless, completely genderless, and Beimo also is genderless, which you really can't say much about when the bubble, asked Beimo to marry it. So you can't say, hey, they're both gay or anything, because they're both genderless beings. And that's the thing for that. The bubble did give hints of, basically, of where it was from. I didn't really, put this together until, the 3rd time watching it. How, he is actually air. He is, air itself. And how just being compressed in the bubble made him forget where he came from, and his whole identity in general. The whole baby thing was pretty odd, especially with the whole hand thing. How he uses its the weird mutation on his hand as a call for for its own kind. That was something. And the mother, also the mother of that baby was wow. It kind of reminded me of how she said, Beimo should be ashamed, of itself. Kind of reminded me of, was it the Duck's mom in Regular Show? How she reacted to Benson. So that was pretty funny. The fact that Finn and Jake were kind of lazy on answering the door. That was great. I really did enjoy that. That's something, I would possibly do. The fact that Jake popped the bubble after the bubble proposed to Beimo was hilarious. Oh man, I was in despair because of that, but I loved it. It was fun. And here's the thing, like for this episode, and after the bubble, proposed to BMO, and like you got like a nice warm feeling because of that. Then Jake pops the bubble. You get like a sense of shock and maybe a little bit of sense of despair. But when the bubble actually, well, when it became air again, how it talked about how it will be watching, it'll be watching, and it'll be like basically omnipresent, like around BMO all the time. Like yeah, basically when the air explains its omnipresence, it became creepy because because Air stated that BMO will have no more privacy, that they'll always be together, that BMO will never be lonely, and the way it said it was so creepy. So you get three emotional, like, I don't know, punches to the face right there, and that was something. But people, please tell me what you thought about this episode. Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? What did you think about the bubble? Like how it acted and what it like presented at the end of the episode. And what do you think about BMO's characteristics in terms of gender? Is it leaning more to the male or female? But please let me know. Rate, comment, subscribe, and also leave a video response if possible. Peace, people.